Hey YouTube, Andy here. I am excited because I just had what I think is a very fun idea for a new series I am going to do on this channel. It's called Review in 60 Seconds. In this series, I am going to take an entire series of fantasy or sci-fi, review every single book in that series. Now, here are the rules. For every book in the series, I get 1 minute. So I don't have to do the whole series in a minute, but for example, today I'm doing Harry Potter. I will get 7 minutes, 1 minute for each book. Another rule is I have to actually mention each book and specifics from the books. I can't just do general thoughts of the series as a whole using those 7 minutes. I gotta get through every book specifically, and that includes giving a grade to each of them. 3, I'm not allowed to prepare at all. So I have not done any notes on this. Obviously I have thoughts about Harry Potter that I've had before, but I haven't made an outline or notes or anything for this 7 minutes. Rule number 4, if I don't do it in 7 minutes, I have to start all the way over. So you're not gonna see any cuts, I'm not gonna do any takes. The one that you see is the one where I got it in under 7 minutes. This might be a bad idea, but we'll see how it goes. All right, here we go. Hopefully that is focusing. So confirm, I have my timer for 7 minutes. Again, there's gonna be no cuts. You guys ready?
Okay, let's run.
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, the first book in the series. I think this is a damn near perfect start to a world. You get to meet all of your core characters, obviously the big three, plus most of the teachers, all in this really quick book. You can literally read it in an afternoon. I think one thing that's really undervalued in this book is how slowly Rowling invites you into the world, but that each sort of layer is filled with more and more magic. So you start out with just Hagrid. Wow, he's amazing. Then Diagon Alley. Then you're on the train in Hogwarts, 9 3/4. Then you're at Hogwarts itself. Then there's the House Cup. Then there's Quidditch. So these layers and layers open up for you all the way through, and it's just filled with magic. I think it is a perfect first installment. You immediately fall in love with Harry Potter. 10 out of 10. Truly, I love it. It's got a great ending as well. Chamber of Secrets, the second book, obviously, in Harry Potter. The problem with, and it's still a great book, but one of the things that it doesn't have going for it is it's not our first time. The reason Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone works so well is because it's our first time. Like I just said, we're slowly expanding, and each layer of this is just full of intrigue and fun. Now, Chamber of Secrets is good because it's a little darker, and it has a little bit more of that intrigue. We don't know what Chamber of Secrets is, what is the basilisk, all these other questions, but some of the other things like the House Cup and Quidditch and these things don't have quite the same level of awe because we've already seen it before, and so that really struggles with it. It's sort of in the middle syndrome of before it gets real mature and it's not quite as kiddie and wondrous and full of wonder as Harry Potter. So 8 out of 10 for this one. Also, there's a lot of plot conveniences like, oh, that just works out. Oh, just that works out. Anyway, Gilderoy Lockhart, very good. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. This is where we start getting a larger story. This is also the only book without Voldemort. I think that's true. But you get more about Harry Potter, his parents' death, which really means a lot. The kids are starting to get older. They're starting to be a little more flirtatious with each other, which is very interesting. A lot of good Hogsmeade stuff. When I think of this book, for some reason, I think of Christmas at Hogwarts. You get introduced to Lupin, who I think is the best defense against the dark arts teacher. He is truly a fantastic character all the way through. Snape starts really like crossing the line as far as terribleness, and there's a great reveal at the end, obviously. And there's some really good plot devices like the Whomping Willow that you don't, and the Shrieking Shack that you don't expect from the first two, but that works really well for this title. So Harry Potter, Prisoner of Azkaban. Oh, one negative, I don't really like the time travel element, especially because they kind of disregard it for most of the rest of the books, but still a very good book. I would say 9 out of 10. We're really getting to some good places here. Speaking of good places, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This is a great novel, and it gets back to what the first one did well, which is there are steady layers of new things, and it really starts to expand the world outside of Hogwarts. Obviously, the two houses are very fun, but also the two other schools of magic, but also we are getting like the Quidditch World Cup, which is very interesting. Like we learn like there is things going on outside of the world as we see it. There's obviously the intrigue with the Scar, what's happening to Harry, and of course the ending to this book is great. The Voldemort Rising, it's darker than expected, and this is really where the series starts to age with its demographic as much as it is. The Triwizard Cup is really fun. Each of the stages is so interesting. The weaknesses here are the convoluted nature of the Voldemort's plan and how he wants to rise up. Why doesn't he just kill them right away? And while it's fun that they're starting to get a little angsty, sometimes it can get on your nerves. But there's also still a lot of fun Hogwarts wonder. So this is really a great one. I like it a lot. 9.5 out of 10. Harry Potter and Order of the Phoenix. Order of the Phoenix is a great book. I love it. I know that sometimes get some flack because, again, angsty. But because of the ending of the last one, the death of Cedric Diggory, and all that Harry is going through in this book, I actually, especially as an adult, appreciate it. The best villain, yes, even better than Voldemort or Bellatrix, is... Oh, I'm forgetting her name. Oh, no, oh, no, oh, no. Oh, man. It's getting to me. Anyway, you know her name, and I'm going to remember it as soon as this is done. But she's a great villain. I think it really prepares you to question authority, especially with the whole Ministry of Magic thing. Dumbledore's army is a great thing, storyline. The elves and fighting for their rights, I think, is a really cool aspect, especially for young readers just learning about injustice in the world. I think it's a really easy way to communicate those concepts to young readers. It's very mature. The ending is so great. The duel between Dumbledore and Voldemort is just fantastic. Truly great book. 10 out of 10. I love Order of the Phoenix. Half-Blood Prince, another book that really aged well for me as I got older. It starts off a little slow with the Slughorn thing, but the visions of Voldemort as his youth and how he got to where he was, and then the steadying maturity of that storyline that Harry needs to learn about these things about Voldemort's past for the Horcruxes is really interesting. Dumbledore really becomes like a sympathetic character and a really more warm character to Harry, where he's been really differentiated a long time. The Snape relationship deepens, and I love the Ginny love story that starts in this book. Ginny is so much better than movie Ginny. This is a great book, and the ending just right in the heart, hits you great. I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10 just because it drags a little bit in the middle with the Half-Blood Prince stuff. Finally, the seventh and final Harry Potter work, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. This comes to a great ending. I don't really love that you have to have the the villain accidentally kill himself at the end. I don't like that trope because the good guys can't kill people. Don't like that, but the ending overall is really good. I actually like the epilogue. I think this suffers from not being at Hogwarts for a little while, and it does sort of get a little all over the place. And the Deathly Hallows themselves, I feel like, are a little outside of what we've expected in the series as a whole. I'm not sure how much I love the outside nature of that, or the background of Dumbledore. That all seems a little rushed, but overall, great book. I really enjoy most of this book. 9.5 out of 10, and that is my review in 60 seconds of Harry Potter, the whole series. There goes all my books. Oh yeah. 2, 1. With time to spare. That was my first try. I feel pretty good about that. Except I forgot Dolores Umbridge. I'm gonna get a lot of stuff for forgetting Dolores Umbridge. I'm sorry, alright? There's a lot of pressure. Let me know how you think I did in reviewing the Harry Potter series. Especially let me know some series that you would like me to take on in this format. Even movies, I could definitely do the Harry Potter movies, which I think would be really fun. Let me know what you think of my opinions on the Harry Potter books in general, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much. As always, first in, last out.